So you guys talked for a couple of days about getting that good start. You got the good start, and then the offense got kind of hard. What did you see?
I thought, as you said, Kent, we had the appropriate effort and focus on what we were doing. As the game wore on, the offense got harder and harder for us. I just think that, one of the things, and, it's like we have Sandy after game one, you feel like the ball isn't moving enough. And, I think we got easy stuff when we were able to do that. We were taking hard shots. We had good shots, didn't make shots, right? And that's what it comes down to. Stewie was making shots. JJ's big three when we were up 4. That was a big three, Then obviously, Inescu's shot at the end. That's what it's about. We talked about that. Players making plays, and unfortunately, we didn't make enough of them put the ball in the hole.
For anyone up there, just talk about the ends of quarters were a problem tonight. 7-2 first 2 quarters, 11-2 to end the third quarter. What were you seeing happening there?
Well, I'll let these guys, talk about that. Go ahead, you guys, jump in there.
Yeah, I feel like they were making plays at the end of shot clocks, and like Coach said, we were getting really good looks. We just weren't executing on the offensive end, so that it's just hard when you get that. And then obviously they're a great offensive team, and like Coach said in the locker room, it just puts a lot of pressure on our defense. So I think we just need to make more shots, honestly.
Next question, third row in the center.
2, one for Cheryl, one for Kayla. Cheryl, any update on Alana? It seemed like her back maybe was
I
bothering her.
don't have an update. The game finished, I don't know, 15 minutes? I haven't talked to the trainer.
And then Kayla, what did you see on that last play as you were guarding Sabrina?
Great player, made a good shot. I guarded for 40 minutes.
Next question, second row center.
Coach, on Smith, obviously she was battling through a
Yeah.
lot of pain in addition to the foul trouble, but just before, she had to come out, just what does that, say about like her toughness to, hang in there despite dealing with a tremendous amount of pain playing against great players?
Yeah, obviously give credit to Lan. She did what she could do. We were plus 20 when she was on the floor. So obviously hurt. Our starting 5 is a really good starting 5. And, not having Lan foul trouble and then just not feeling like she could go put us in a bit of a bind. And, try different things and, just a little bit of a small lineup. See if we could spread the floor and get some easier shots, but that didn't produce itself either. We need our starters just like they need their starters.
Anyone else in the room? First row to your left.
Just what was the difference that's brought in the second half compared to the first?
I don't necessarily know that it was. I was saying she got fouled. She was asserting herself in that way. The game's called differently for Fee than it is for Stewie for sure. You look at the same level of activity and around the rim contact. For whatever reason, we have a hard time getting to the foul line in this series. I think they were getting some switches that they were picking on. As Lan, we ended up switching on her, and she made some great plays. She attacked. She made some threes. She got it going.
Next question, second row center.
Coach or Fee, you mentioned that you think she just needs to make shots and more shots, and you said that you missed some shots that you could normally make, and do you think it's just that, or is there anything like this for this game you wanted to get out to a better start? Do you think for next game it's just do the same thing you're doing and hopefully you make the shots, or is there something you see that
our
you need to
defense
fix?
gave us a chance to win the game. Our defense gave us a chance to win the game, period. And our offense has got to help our defense. If you told me that we would have got the amount of stops that we did and we were playing off it, that we wouldn't have scored 80, that would be surprising to me. This team scored 80. There was 77 all with the remaining seconds left. I have to look at the film. I know when I was watching it live, I liked some of the shots that we were getting, and I've seen our players make those shots. But it's not to sit here and say that New York doesn't get credit for their defense. It just they're a good defensive team. And maybe we'll feel different after we watch it, but it felt like we had some good opportunities.
Next question, second row to your right.
Cheryl, you guys held JJ largely off the boards. I think she ended up with something like 5. Held Lainey Hamilton, I think, to just 2 points. Seems like accomplished what you wanted to accomplish at the defensive end. Does that make it tougher to lose a game like this where so many of those objectives were met?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, we just need to score the ball a couple times. Just a couple times. We were up 4. Like I said, not that JJ 3, sort of changed things for them, right? If we get that stop and we just score 1 or 2 more times, it's our game. It's a hard-fought game, right? Really great game. And, that's one that, we convert just a couple, and it's our game. So our defense, and like the things that you mentioned, we did those things. We played well enough at that end. Obviously, it seems crazy to say when Stewie has 30, but, she had 38, 39 on us, and they only scored 78, 79 points. We were right there.
Next question will come from the third row in the center.
Yeah, Coach, you've been through a lot of these types of series before. Is this just sort of, it really does feel like a heavyweight battle. And as tough as this game is, does it sort of feel like you kind of expected this series to feel just this close?
For sure, and that's what we just talked about. Like these guys, like this is Fee's first finals, so she's feeling these feelings for the first time. KMAC's been there. And the hardest thing to do when we're in a series, I imagine you guys feel it when you're watching, that there's so many ups and downs and swings and all around. And it takes, special mental toughness and physical toughness to, sort of weather those swings. And here we are, where, we're disappointed. We're home. We played well and just couldn't come up with the win. It's important that you don't get too high when you win and too low when you lose. And it's really hard. It's really, really hard, but we got to dust ourselves off and get another crack at it here at home with our, tremendous fans. And, we'll see what we can do on Friday.
We have time for just 1 or 2 more. Next question, last row to your right.
And this question's for Fee. Napheesa, your first WNBA finals, can you just elaborate on what it feels like to just be here and the things that you may have learned so far in the first 3 games?
Yeah, it feels great. It's something, obviously that's the ultimate goal, is to be here and to get a win. So it doesn't feel great right now, obviously with the loss, but I'm excited to look at film and see what we can do better. I do think this is our best defense in these 2 games against New York, so I'm proud of us for that, but I think just executing more on the offensive end. But it feels amazing. The crowd was awesome. To play at home in the finals is such a rush, so definitely looking forward to the next game.
This will be our last question from Minnesota. This will also come from the last row to your right.
Cheryl, just wanted to ask you about BC. She's kind of had a pretty tough final so far, but seemed to get her shot falling. Just how much of an impact is she when she has that shot falling for you guys' offense?
BC's contributions today, she was back to being BC for us. So we were glad to see that, and we'll continue that into game 4. And it's Napheesa, not Napheesa. Napheesa. Thanks, everybody. You didn't say it, I'll say it. I know, I was thinking. Daddy didn't name me Napheesa.